Hello and welcome to the People's Politics first interview leading up to the election this May. We are joined here by Cambridge MP, Lib Dem, Dr. Julian Huppert. Welcome, Julian.
Hi Sam, how are you?
Okay, I'm good, thank you. Here at the People's Politics we try and engage people of all ages, of all backgrounds into politics. The young in particular are normally accused of being very apathetic. So what policies would you and the Lib Dems introduce to get more young people involved in politics?
Yeah, I mean, it's a really big problem with young people not voting. I mean, Russell Brand, has a lot to answer for with trying to encourage people not to.
But do you not think it's the politicians' fault that people aren't voting? I don't think Russell Brand has convinced anyone not to vote. I think it's more.
I think he's been quite dangerous actually. But yes, you're right. We need to do a much better job. So there's lots of things that I would think young people ought to care about. So one thing is just allowing more young people to vote. So votes at 16, which is something I've championed for a very long time. There are 16-year-olds who are quite capable of voting sensibly. We should let them. It works fine. Then there's some financial things. So things like discounts on using buses for young people, something which we're going to be pushing for this election, that you get 2/3 off for 16 to 21-year-olds on any bus. And actually that's something which will make a big difference for people trying to get to college, trying to get to work, trying to get to uni. I think there are other issues that young people do care about, like housing. They want to know that there will be somewhere affordable to be able to get to. I've put legislation forward to try to protect people in the private rented sector. There's issues like drug policy reform, where I think young people quite correctly spot that it's ridiculous that you can get many years in jail for having a spliff. It just doesn't make sense. So let's stop locking people up for those sorts of issues. I think young people care about the environment because actually they know that it's a serious thing, so they care about those things. So I think we have to go out and talk. One reason why I do things like this.
Okay, get the policies. But what kind of? There's been a lot of calls. So votes at 16. Do you think then there should be compulsory education of politics from the start? Because a lot of people at 16, 18, a lot of the reason they don't vote is just they don't understand how it will. Obviously, there's more policies that will affect them, and that makes it clearer. But if they're not taught about the system, about the different systems, about how parties work, how voting works, if they're not taught about that, do you think then that you're kind of just creating more apathy? If you're not really engaging them from an early age, would you see compulsory education of politics in schools as a option?
Yeah, I think it should be there. Citizenship should be there. Not necessarily a full politics A level. That might be a bit much. I mean, some people love it, but yes, there should be that awareness. I think it's a great opportunity to get people to know what's going on. Part of it is also, I think, we as politicians have to make sure that we are more approachable, that we seem more human, that we talk about things that people really care about. And frankly, if we could cut back on some of the silly bickering that happens at things like Prime Minister's questions, I don't think that shows politics in a good light. We also have an issue with the media who sort of want it to be a two-sided row. And actually, I think most young people understand things are more complex than that and don't like the sort of very oversimplified picture they're often given.